Isn't that boutique considering now that most factory farmed is abomination? Yeah, it's pretty bad. And then you got two groups, one that says just eat insects instead. At World Economic Forum, insects are good for you. And then you got another group. They're like, well, just make meat in a lab. So you can either have your cylinder of salmon, or you can have your grasshopper souffle. Yeah, I think I'm going to stick with the real deal, guys. I don't know. Hi, Charles. When will the paper on decentralization be completed? The term is still being thrown around the industry. It's a summer project that Agalos is personally going to attend to. So probably August, September, if I had to guess. But, it just depends. And then the EDI will be established before the end of the year. And then it can be kind of a guiding star for things. Bees, more bees, please. Not the bees! Not the bees! Ah! If you guys get that Nick Cage reference, congratulations. You are a nerd. Pray for me, y'all. I leave for rehab this coming week, and I'm scared shitless. Well, I don't know what you're going through, but you have our thoughts and prayers. Do you ingest lion's mane daily? How much? Can you explain the benefits of whether it's good for elderly cognitive ability? There are placebo-controlled studies from Japan and other places that show that ingestion of lion's mane in the right freshness and the right amount over a gram per day does result in the creation of new nerves in the brain, so neurogenesis. So there's some BDNF action there, and that's directly related to improvement of cognitive decline. Now, the studies that are out of Japan, they're quite small, and they need more studies, I'd say, before you can make a definitive prescription, say there's a causal relationship that the ingestion of lion's mane is actually solving a problem or slowing down a problem like dementia. That said, I'm very bullish and optimistic because it doesn't do any harm. It's not a toxic mushroom. It's quite tasty. It's easy to ingest in many different forms, from raw to tea and powders and so forth. I grow them myself. So when we have our clinic fully operational, we will try to replicate the Japan study and do a placebo-controlled double-blind study. We'll see if the different in dosaging from tablets to powder to tea to raw ingestion have any indication on what we see. The advantage we have is we can actually do brain scans because we have the imaging center to do that. And we also are going to fully sequence the genomes of everybody we do clinical trials on at my clinic. So if we notice that particular patients are especially receptive in the data, that they are telling us that, then what we can do is look at it and see if there's a genetic reason for that, in addition to just a gross thing of age and gender and weight and these types of things. So very exciting potentially. And, as with all things in the supplement business, you have to be careful because people tend to hype things up. But like resveratrol and NAD and other things, there's definitely evidence that this is good for you. And in the case of lion's mane, it's good for cognitive abilities and not going to do any harm taking it. So, try it out and see if it works for you. But we don't have the clinical evidence to say definitively that lion's mane is doing something interesting. Just have some stuff.